Hey, what's going on, my fellow collectors? Tonight I'm going to take a look at the NECA Alien vs Predator Youngblood Predator. Very cool figure, as always. Just like all the other NECA Predator figures are really nice. Now, as far as the packaging, it is pretty much like we've been seeing. Got the big open window. You got Youngblood Predator, Alien vs Predator. On the back, it shows you the other figures that are also available. Gives you the big read up here. And it down here, it lets you know that the hands, the gauntlet blades, and the cannons are compatible with all the other Alien vs Predator figures. So that is the packaging. Now, as far as his accessories, you do get his cannon, which is done really nice. I love the kind of bright chrome paint on it, but they also have this like kind of black wash in it to kind of bring out all the details. Looks really good. And you do get a little bit of articulation out of the cannon part. It will move up and down on this track. It will hinge right there. It will also hinge right there, which mine is really floppy, which is kind of annoying. And it does rotate at the top. And of course, you do have the two kind of pegs on the back of it, which just port into the back here. And it stays on there really good. It looks good. You do get removable claws with this guy, even though mine just seem to fall out a lot, especially this one right here. But they are removable, but this one just, I mean, look, now it's not going to do it, but this one falls out really easily on, like, just all the time, so I pretty much just leave it out. He does come with his little dagger knife, which, you know, looks really good. Nice sculpt, nice paintwork. And it does have the compartment on his boot that you can slide that into. And then you get the really nice smashed xenomorph head, which, you know, they did a great job on. It looks really good. But you get really nice detail all throughout that. It looks really good. And the staff looks really good. I mean, you get a little bit of sculpted work on there. The paint looks good. It's that kind of, you know, really nice chrome. There's the top of it. So very cool. Now, as far as the figure himself, once again, NECA's done a really great job with this figure. I love that the mask. The mask just looks great. I love that really bright chrome, and I love the blue eyes. Just looks so good. And again, we get all these, you know, individually sculpted and painted braids, which look really good. You do get his necklace, which I guess is kind of like an accessory because you can remove it. We get the same body that we've seen on pretty much all the other ones, but with all the different components and the uniqueness to each character, it looks like a, you know, well, obviously, you know, it looks like a completely different figure. You get really nice, you know, work on all these parts that are hanging off of his belt. This is a soft material, so it gets up out of the way. Really nice boots on this guy. Look at that. It's so nice. I kind of like the bright chrome. It would have been nice if it was kind of more or less done like his cannon, to kind of have that black wash. It would have really brought out a lot of it, I think. But I mean, it still just looks really sharp. Coming down to his feet, which again look really good. Coming up the back of the figure. Again, just really nice. Again, this is a soft piece. It's really cool kind of spinal protector. Get his shoulder pads, which, you know, look really good. This is soft, so it gets up out of the way. Got the nice detailed arms. Got the nice detailed gauntlets. Now, this doesn't open up or anything like the other ones, but you do get the retractable claws. Of course, you get really nice hands that you can, you know, switch in between the other ones. So just really cool, as always. Just like NECA has done a great job with all of these figures. Now, as far as articulation, you do get a little bit of movement up and down. You do get side to side. The arms do go up a decent amount, almost horizontal. Of course, that will rotate all the way around. You do have a bicep swivel in there. You do have double jointed elbows that come up about that much. You do get that cut in the upper diaphragm, which allows, you know, a little bit of side-to-side pivot, rotation, front and back, Not a lot of movement in there, but it's a little bit. You get the same movement at the lower waist, so you get, you know, rotation, a little bit of pivot, a little bit of side to side. So with both of them, I mean, you're only going to get about that much back. So I mean, decent range. The legs, you know, can pretty much almost do the complete splits, and all this, you know, stuff is floating pieces and just get out of the way, so nothing's hindered, which is really nice. Going forward, you get about that much up. Don't really get much going back. It runs into the sculpt. You do have a thigh swivel. You do have double jointed knees, which, you know, not the best range, but they're there and look good. The knees on this one looks a little bit on the funny side because it comes out right there a little bit, but, you know, I mean, it still looks good because they continue that sculpt, so it doesn't look horrible. And then down at the feet, you do get a little bit of up and down movement, a tiny little bit of pivot, and of course that will swivel. So I mean, you know, once again, NECA's done a great job. They've given us an awesome Predator figure. He measures out to be about like 8¼ inches, you know, so he's definitely got a little bit of size on him. Now I do have a problem with him holding this staff, just because like I feel like it's a little bit flimsy and it's gonna break. So I mean, I usually just put it through his hand like this and kind of put it on the ground. One, just for stability, and two, because it's hard to get him to, you know, hold it straight up for some reason. I don't know. Like the picture shows it kind of him holding it up like this, but I just kind of feel like I'm gonna break something if I try to get it in his hand like that. But I mean, I guess it could be done, but the problem is the head is so heavy on it. It's really, you know, it just kind of buckles under its own weight. Oh, the hands do, you know, rotate and hinge up and down all over. I think I missed that. But let's get the Jungle Hunter Predator out here so I can just give you a little comparison and show you what they're going to look like on the shelf together. They're going to look badass. So really cool figures, guys. That's the NECA Youngblood Predator from the Alien vs. Predator. And that is the review, guys. And I will catch you all in the next figure review.